Greetings. You are now tuned into the HittMobb podcast series, where we discuss the art, business, legacies, and lifestyles of music production with your hosts, David Vanderpool, known as Prestige, and Paul Hendricks, known as Baby Paul. Let's get to it.
What's going on? It's your boy Baby Paul, aka B Peasy.
And it's David Prestige Vanderpool.
And you're now tuned into the HittMobb content series. Yo, what's good with this DJ guy, man? He's hanging out with us again. Yo, what? And you got the merch?
Yeah, I got the merch, man. I told you I was going to get it from Bootleg, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to DJ Mr. Effects in the building, Queens legend, man. What's good, y'all?
What's going on, y'all?
Yeah, man. What's good? And we got a very interesting topic today.
Yeah.
What infiltrated the music business today?
Man, that's a good question, bro. I mean, for me, I would start off with technology, the advancements of technology, because things done changed, bro, like Big said.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, we come from the 90s era where the art of sampling was built off of drum machines, keyboards, rack samples and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now you got software, the digital age where, a lot of these young entitled cats that don't even know how to really produce get access to this type of software gear and drum kits and call themselves producers out of nowhere, man. It's cool if you can make a beat. There's a difference between a beat maker and a producer. I have to point that out again because we talked about this before.
Yeah, but to keep it light, we started out as beat makers.
Right.
We are,
Facts.
We started out as beat makers and we graduated to become producers.
Right.
And that's a key point we have to put out there because, making a beat is one thing. Producing a song is a whole other thing.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So I just feel like an aspect of why I would say that's infiltrating the business is that, there's not enough creators that actually put in the work and built their sound and learn how to graduate from beat makers and producers to contribute to the music market as it is today. You know what I mean? And then my bro Effects, I know you deal with the DJ aspect too, and I started DJing again the last few years. We know the transitions from vinyl turntables to CDJs to now, like digital controllers and how people call themselves DJs, but they don't really got no real skill as far as DJing. You know what I mean?
Yo, I'm going to tell you the craziest. So I saw DJs actually DJing on iPads. No, they really DJing off of iPads.
You talking about that software what's it called?
It's called DJ Now, something like that.
Yeah.
But
I heard
they
of it.
actually DJ off of iPads.
Wow.
And Serato got a program where you could actually remotely program your record or program your song selection and play. If you go into the bathroom, you can play with that.
Isn't it AI?
No, it's not AI.
It's not an AI? Okay.
I'm surprised they don't got that yet.
Trust me, it's coming.
It's coming, right?
It's coming.
crazy.
Where people gonna be at parties and they're gonna just see the gear and nobody's standing there.
No, you have a bot standing there.
No, for production, this is currently. Y'all can look this up now. So you know how y'all mix your records? They got the AI mix.
Yeah, but
It's called AI mix.
I don't believe that.
It's on the radio.
Wait.
I don't believe that.
Wait. So AI mix is you talking about mixing the whole song, all the arrangements, the vocals, the production,
The mastering.
Wow.
Yeah, but to me, I don't think because making songs is so intricate. I don't think AI can get that.
We hearing them on the radio.
Huh?
We hear it on the
No,
radio.
we hearing that, but someone still had to go mix it physically.
No. It's a program.
Yo, the look on his
Listen.
face. He said, "No, it's a program." I can't even fathom that. To be honest,
can't fathom that.
But I'm not gonna dispute the fact that you say it exists because anything's possible these days. You
Like
know?
I said before, the way they putting together the records today, it's possible because it's so cookie cutter.
Right.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you a question.
Cookie
Huh?
cutter. Keyword.
Let me ask y'all both a question.
Yeah,
Now, the ever y'all came in, right?
yeah.
So, how about the person that did Lionel Richie record, right? Whoever that producer is.
I think James Carmichael.
Okay.
I think that's his name.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of interesting because the way we looking at the new technology, I think the musicians was looking at y'all like that.
Arguably, when the artist sampling came in, it probably looked like we're not creative, you know.
Because
taking
technically the
sections of
sampler
music.
No.
was for like the rhythm sections and things like that. And some wise hamburger took the sampler and started sampling records.
But let me. But you know what started the infiltration was the drum machine.
What, the
drum machine?
TR-808? Which drum machine? The Lin drum?
I don't know if it was that because you remember there was drum machine sounds on the Thriller album.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that was.
But, you know, you had Lin drums. I know there was a keyboard. I don't know the name of it, but there was a keyboard that had like Moog bass and it had drum sounds and stuff like that. But
Want to Be Starting Something, that's programmed.
yeah, that's drums.
That's programmed drums. And Thriller's programmed drums. So this is 84. So the drum machine started to cut out the drummer, the drum man.
Right.
Well, no, they was just using those just to keep them on rhythm.
No.
In 78.
Like sequenced arrangements is like...
Yeah, that's all. It's just to guide you.
No.
But somebody took that sampler and started, hey, we can sample this. We could do that.
Okay, and then you got Marley who invented sampling as we know it with kicks and snares from records. But I'm thinking that from then to now with the technology and the advancements, yes, we've had some pluses in consideration to the fact that it's easier to do certain things and it's you're more capable to do certain things, especially as a novice, as a beginner.
Yes.
But that's where the problem comes in, where some people start to feel like they're seasoned already as novices. That's the problem. And that's what I consider infiltrating the music business with that attitude.
I'm going to say this. Did you ever see the Tube's interview?
Who?
No. Oh, M2
In Tube?
No.
What?
What did he say?
What did he say?
Oh, he was killing us. That's why Stetson Silent talking all that jazz.
Yeah.
It's about him.
Wow.
Oh.
I never knew that.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Talking all that. How we sampling, using these samples.
Yeah.
You criticize our method, how we make records.
Yeah.
You said it was an art, and now we're gonna take your part. Yeah. You was talking about M2 man?
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't. I don't know.
I want to Google that. I want to know.
You know what? I find it hard to believe because
he supported Juicy, didn't he?
Exactly.
Biggie's record.
He supported Juicy.
That's after.
After he got the business, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Stetson Sonic, Daddy-O, man.
Daddy-O and
The whole
Biggie for
team,
sampling.
Chris Paul.
And M2 man.
Can I tell you something? Y'all
What?
was wrong, man. How y'all? That means y'all was dissing R&B cats. That's Brooklyn.
That wasn't me, man.
That's Brooklyn.
Man, listen.
Yeah.
All right, so let's consider what else would be considered infiltrating the music business. I feel like DSPs, the transition of the digital age from when you used to just download music on like Apple Music, iTunes.
Yeah.
Then the streaming changed and it devalued how much you can make off of streaming. You know what I'm
Not
saying?
even that. It devalued the art of the sale.
I say
better
the
word.
art of the sale
That's a better word.
because to this day is nothing like someone consciously going to like a
store,
a physical store,
copy.
like a Virgin Mega store.
Yeah, that used to be dope. In Times Square?
Times
that used
Square.
to be real dope.
People-
I've been there
shout out.
Not
to,
even that.
when it
Shout
existed.
Shout out to this a super producer. I ain't gonna say no name, but he was behind Mega Share.
All right, but
Mega shit, what's that? Hold on, what's that?
Mega Share was the thing. A little bit amount of time of Napster.
yeah, I remember that. I remember
okay.
that. I
And there
remember
was
that.
one producer that had his hands on that. So I ain't gonna say nothing.
Okay.
And so of course the DSPs. What I was getting ready to say was, I lost my frame of thought. What you saying?
It's all good. I was gonna say, speaking of Napster, we gotta talk about bootlegging from the DJ perspective.
All right.
Since you in the building, man.
What you looking at me for?
Yes, I'm looking at you. Pause.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, what did I do?
I mean, let's consider the fact that, especially in hip hop culture,
Yeah.
like the '90s into the 2000s, you know, before the digital age was what it is now, people got their hands on the music, whether it was the Africans in the hood, or, you know, or in the mom and pop stores, and the DJs with the mixtapes.
And you know what? I ain't gonna front.
That's infiltrating the music business. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I bought a lot of the bootlegs.
I think we all supported at some point when we didn't feel like waiting because they would have it first.
They would have it first.
That was the key, the exclusivity.
And
you're a fan of music and you want to hear something first, and it's like, oh, that mom and pop store got that DJ such and such with the new joint before the album come out. You're gonna go get it.
Couldn't wait.
You're gonna spend that $5 at $10, man.
You know what's so crazy? I bought a lot of albums like that. I remember I bought
Wow.
I bought Brand Nubian's album before Blue.
Shout out to my God, man.
Shout out to Jamal Sadek,
man. Peace.
Y'all hate to say it, but yo, I can't front. I love that album. When the first time I heard it, I really loved that album. I listened to the other day.
This is what you were supposed to do. You were supposed to buy the bootleg and then buy the
album afterwards. Did you buy the album afterwards?
Yeah, I bought it. I bought the vinyl.
Good.
I bought the vinyl.
There we go. Okay.
I bought the vinyl. But you know, back then, you know, it was a good little filter.
Yo,
you get to sample the album before. Like, now I want to go support it.
He said it was a good
Somebody
filter.
ain't gonna think this is funny, but I remember buying. There was a record. It was a white copy record, and it had Imaginary Player, Juicy. It had like 4 records all in one. You know what I'm saying?
You don't even get what he said.
Yeah.
You bootleg your shit.
Yeah.
But it was a record though that had all these songs. You would buy like, you know, it used to cost like $5.99. Music Factory.
Yeah, I remember that. They used to make those kind of. I remember that. Yeah. But here's the kick about bootleg, right? Now every artist was kind of mad at it, right? But at the same time, if the Africans had you on the table, you was mad, right? But if they didn't have you on the table, you was still mad.
He's like, damn, I ain't hot enough on the street.
Exactly.
It was a love-hate because I remember we used to flip the tables over, and then next thing I know, I started doing business with them.
Of course.
No, but first, before it was the Africans, I remember it was the Asians first.
Oh yeah.
It was the Asian first. And then they passed it. I don't know what happened, but next thing I know, I started seeing Africans all over the place.
Yeah, and a lot of people came up off the bootlegs. Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
He came up like
his plays?
His plays.
Yeah.
Was on the street DVDs. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I knew he did the plays, but I didn't know that he had street DVDs of the plays. I didn't know that.
Because like I used to always see those on the street and be like, this must be hot the way they have these. And
so would you consider that a plus in terms of what we call infiltrating the business?
Oh yeah, because that gave him credibility. His name was out there. So other than that, without the bootleg, you wouldn't have that distribution to create that awareness.
Right.
So in a way, you know, the bootlegging game really helped a lot of artists.
Nepotism.
Huh?
Nepotism.
What you mean?
What you mean when I mean Jelly Bean? I'm talking about like when you have like an executive and he's putting his nephew to make a record. I'll give you an example.
Yes, please.
UNG, right?
Yeah.
You got Universal, right?
Yeah.
So you know Lucian Grains, right?
Yeah.
So you know he got a son, right?
Yeah.
You know, 6ix9ine. He signed 6ix9ine. So, like I'm saying, you know, you got those type of things going on, and then people is just like, whatever.
Well, you know, I guess that's business.
I guess
This
that
is
is
nepotism.
business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But since you just talking about distribution, go ahead. What you gonna say?
You know, because certain people certain people just don't have the talent.
But they still in the game.
Yeah.
They still in the game.
Okay. I mean, you got a point. Industry plants. Oh, that's a whole other episode, bro.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that. But I want to talk about distribution because you mentioned distribution. And my thing is this. There was a time where not just anybody would have access to distribution.
Yeah.
Only major companies did. And you had to have a record deal with a budget to be distributed majorly.
Yes.
Until the companies decided to say, you know what? We're in a digital age. Everybody wants to be a star. Everybody wants to make a record. They may not always have the money, but we want to be able to create a platform where you can just put your music up online and be your own star on whatever level.
Yes.
So I definitely feel that music distribution on the minimal scale, where you got companies like the TuneCores and the InGrooves, and almost every company now does distribution, and we're talking about major distribution, but they don't have the budgets to meet a mainstream market. They just have the resource to actually put the product in the market. I think that is a definition of infiltrating the music business in itself.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And because you mean to saying that those companies that you just said, they didn't have enough money to like really promote an artist?
No, I meant the artists. The independents didn't have the resources or the capital, but they had the distribution because these companies decided to make a model to give you free distribution. Not free, but, major distribution, whether they'll give you a fee to create an account or membership or charge you a fee for marketing resources, but say, all right, now you're in a universal system. You can have a record out. You're practically nobody, but you can put a record out.
All right.
I feel like that's an infiltration, even though it's an advancement in technology, because not everybody should have access to that. There should be some levels of exclusivity to cut the fat on the saturation of the music business. But that's my opinion.
That's too much fat.
Y'all not gonna like this one.
Go ahead. Go for it.
The era of the super producer.
Okay.
What happened to that?
What happened?
Yeah.
Records being made 200 M's. 50 M's, 20 M's, the ever of the super producer. Like, what happened was, prior to that, when everything was just normal and,
Yeah.
right? You didn't, it because you had that, it forced the new wave of, let's get everything cheap. Cutting costs.
Man.
Yeah.
I could agree with that. Basically,
overpricing.
In another way of putting it, like super producers. We're not going to name names. No need to name names. Some of the biggest producers that have been in the game the last 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
And the amount of money they charge to do one record. Why? Because they're a commodity to the companies that they do business with when they make hit records.
That's
right?
true. Yeah.
So based on their value in the market as commodities, they charge what they charge. But what he's saying is that, that also messes up how other people can have value in the market. It's like, all right, you're a talented producer, you can make a good record just as good as that producer, but you can't get the same amount of money they're getting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to be proven. You have to have something charting. You have to have numbers behind something you've done.
Yes.
Definitely,
that's infiltration.
So that's what you mean by the era of the super producer.
That whole wave right there, man.
So I believe social media is one of the biggest culprits too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we talked about it in the previous episode about TikTok songs going viral on TikTok and giving the validity of what's considered a hit record, which I disagree with.
Hey, shout out to my man Jermaine Dupree, man. I love you to death. You know what I'm saying? I respect you to the utmost, but I do not want to see you 12 a.m. banging on the Renaissance MPC with a new idea. I liked it when I didn't know what the hell you doing.
So you say blame it on social media, right?
Yeah. Shout out to Brian Michael Cox, YouTube, bro. Like, I don't want to see your thoughts. I don't want to see what you getting ready to lay and things like that. Keep all that to yourself. You know
just
what I'm saying?
Just put the records out.
Yeah, just put the records out, man. If you want to get on social media, pour cereal. All
right, so hold on. All right, that's you're speaking of creatives right there, but like That is a problem.
You too.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Too.
All right, say it. Let's
You
get
too.
to
You
it.
too,
What we talking about?
I don't want to see you in the studio working on an idea. If you working, work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Some people use social media to market what they're doing. Other people just want to show off their bodies. Other people want to. That's the question. It's like the different nuances that people use social media for. Is it pertinent or not?
Man,
Do we need it or don't we?
It devalue.
It devalued a lot, but I think it's
It's a catch-22.
catch-20 is
Because
like,
we come from the era of the mystique.
Yes.
You didn't know how it was done. You just heard the end result.
yes,
And it was
I
like, all
miss
right,
that.
I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, I'm a fan of that.
Right.
I'm a fan of that too.
Yeah, I appreciate
yeah.
that too. And especially with an artist, more so than a producer. Like, Rakim couldn't be Rakim without that mystique.
Of course.
You know what I mean? If I knew too much about Rakim behind the scenes to get to that record, I
Yeah.
probably wouldn't appreciate it as much.
Of course.
know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Like if I'm about to eat some Apple Jacks, I don't want to go onto IG and see Baby Paul. You know what I'm saying? And Level Studio. Shout out to my man Ryan
Raptors
Prime
Prime.
and things like that. Ooh, that's dope. Yo, put the kick right there.
You don't want the exclusivity. You just want the end result. You don't want to
Yeah,
see how.
man,
You
like,
don't want to
you know-
see the
you know what I'm
process.
saying?
But see, with marketing, some people would say the advantage of social media is allowing you to get a bird's eye view of the process.
Yeah,
so it's arguable.
Alright,
is
so
it valuable to an extent to
I
be able to
say-
do that or not?
I say this. Y'all better be so glad that this is not the mixtape ever because I'll be jacking all y'all for y'all making it easy.
Right.
And put it and you know right now everybody's fiending and we was able to take a snippet of that. You too, Jermaine, you too, Brian, Michael, all of y'all, y'all sharing, y'all want to share? All right, keep sharing.
Yeah.
Spilked by the leaders of exclusives, man. This guy's a troublemaker when it comes
For
to
real,
like,
man.
leaking new
And we
music.
got our rigs now, man. We can record and they got all kinds of gadgets and we off to the races. Yeah, y'all keep sharing.
I mean, all right. So with social media, like, all right. Of course, we know that TikTok does what it does. Then there's Instagram and Facebook. But would you say Facebook is a viable source to market music, particularly?
I mean, anytime you could put something in front of someone's face, it is.
Right. My thing is, I don't look at Facebook to hear like what a new artist or producer is doing. I look at Facebook to either get something funny or get something informative, like news-wise, or connect with my family. That's what I use Facebook for. I don't pay attention to music ads or, like posts about some new song or whatever. Instagram, maybe more so. TikTok, of course, but not Facebook.
You on TikTok?
I'm on it, but I don't use it like I could or should. But I'm on there.
I'm not going. Shout out to my guy, man, DJ Soul Sang, man. He's
Oh yeah.
on there.
Oh yeah.
He's on
yeah.
there. Heavy.
DJ Soul Sang, dope.
He's
dance
like
music
he's
DJ out
like
of Jersey.
he's like a TikTok star, man. Like every time he gets on there, he's hitting like 30K.
Wow.
So shout out to him.
What other aspects would you say is a infiltration to today's market in the music business?
Weak shit.
Bad music. I mean,
He said bad
man.
music.
Oh, that's the ultimate.
I mean,
A plethora of weak shit.
a lot of virtual stuff on the internet is questionable. Like, okay, if you see like content, does that make you consume? Like, as a person who appreciates music, do you consume music by what you see on the internet? Like, for example, YouTube videos. If you're watching a new YouTube video and discover a new record, would you buy it?
Maybe if I like the record enough. If I that maybe I follow the artist and see what else they got going on. And if I like what I hear, going further, I would purchase the album just to support.
Right. Now, my question is, how useful is YouTube in terms of monetization of music? I mean, we see the views, but are people making money off the YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
For
are.
music. I'm not
Music?
talking about content creators who make money off of ads and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
music artists.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
once it gets an ad on it,
But, like, you got to do certain numbers, though, like billions, right?
you gotta do a lot. You gotta do something. But I know what AI.
Wow.
Wow.
I think
Scary.
I think
Spooky.
I think y'all producers and songwriters
Gotta blame us, right?
No, I'm just saying, Sack, when they was out there protesting, I think every single last one of y'all producers and songwriters in the music industry, y'all should have been out there with a picket sign. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Marching with them. And then what could have happened is then y'all would have got representation from that union. Cause they gonna get theirs.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna work it out. Now the only one that's gonna get caught with their pants down is y'all.
You got a point. But I would definitely say that AI has been scary because in the last few years, when a lot of these artists are finding out that people could just create versions of themselves and put it up on the internet and possibly get not just attention, but possibly be monetized, especially on YouTube.
Yeah.
You see what Drake just did with this whole Kendrick battle.
Yeah, with Tupac.
Yeah, it's like, that's like a big artist doing that compared to the stuff that just, up and comers and independents and nobody's just doing on the internet that I might have even missed. But I know when there was really starting to pay attention to AI on the internet and on YouTube, I saw versions of Nas records, Biggie records, the list goes on.
How about this? The AI version of Drake's last album is better than his.
Wow. Are you
regular album.
serious,
Are you
bro?
serious?
Yeah. Y'all ain't hear the Drake's AI album
Nah.
versus his latest album?
That's a nice mixtape.
That ain't no mixtape.
No, I'm saying it would be Drake
But-
versus Drake AI.
That's a nice mixtape.
Yeah.
He got a point. Think about
stop.
what he's saying.
What?
The actual album, songs from the actual album, and songs from the AI album, and it's a mixtape, and you compare. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And then the sad thing was if people like the AI record's better than the original.
Yeah.
Be like, yo, we want AI
Oh,
Drake.
Yo,
Yeah, you think Kendrick could take out AI Drake?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, technology, period, man. But
Yeah.
what other things would you consider infiltrating the music business? I mean, the way people consume shows.
Oh, yeah.
Thankfully, like with
No.
go ahead.
This.
The phone.
The phone. People like can't enjoy. Everybody got always tape everything. Everybody. This thing is a big culprit.
You got a point. That's why they be like those comedy concerts, like Kevin Hart or whatever. They be like taking people's phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to put it in like a lock or something, like some
Yeah.
type of lock box before you go to the show, because everybody's always like, excuse me, filming.
How about those? How about the industry holiday parties, the infamous parties?
I haven't been to one for years.
Name one, for example.
You want me to name one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Puffy White Party, right?
Oh, that one in the Hamptons.
That they do, and the Cancun joint. Now let's get it official, right? Get it really rocking. Those used to be the joints to go to.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna argue that.
Yeah.
I feel like without getting too much into it, like the perception, of course, once you get scrutinized for one thing, everything
It's
that
like
you do
always-
is
yeah.
perceived as something that could be scrutinized, and I think that's bad.
It
You
is.
know?
Yeah.
You don't need to hate on that man for all the things he does over one thing, but it is what it is. That's all
Yes.
I'm saying. You know what I mean? But
No, but the fact that certain parties you had to put your phone up.
right,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
no pictures.
No pictures.
Right. So you saying with shows, the problem is that people just too
People
busy
just
using
they're
their phones.
taping the shows. That's kind of, in a way, it is kind of disrespectful to the artist. Why would you pay money just to hold up a phone?
Right. Now let's go back to the pandemic. There was a time when you couldn't go to shows.
Yeah.
Everything was empty.
Yeah.
And then the power of the internet allowed people to create viral content. You remember that?
Yeah.
Now, was that a plus or a negative? Because you can monetize it from streaming and people tuning in, almost like on demand. But like, if that was a real success during the pandemic, you think people would continue to do it even now, regardless of the fact that you can go to a physical concert again?
Well, I don't think people want to be outside today.
Right.
They'd rather go outside and hold up the phone.
They wanna show that they're outside.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, that's man, it's crazy. I feel like the importance of concerts to me is invaluable. Like the connection to the people, like we love that. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I unfortunately never got an opportunity to see like a Michael Jackson or
Me
Prince
too.
live, man. May they rest in peace. Like those are my heroes to this day. I would have paid top dollar to see that.
And back when I could have bought the tickets, I had the money. I mean, I was young. Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his last show, the last big show I heard was the late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
What? Nah, this is it.
No, but this is it. I mean, that was canceled.
Yeah, he didn't even start that.
He didn't even
tour.
start that tour.
Did he do one show?
No.
No, he was planning it,
Okay.
and they
Planning
created
it.
the documentary.
That's right.
With
That's
footage
right.
of him
That's right.
rehearsing.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
He about to kick it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man,
And you know it's crazy. It was gonna be hard as hell to get those tickets.
I'm sure.
Yo,
Sold out everywhere.
you know what I
Quick.
found out
What?
real quick? I know we don't have too much time, but you know that falsetto he always talked.
Yeah,
You know that wasn't his voice, right?
I heard that. I heard that.
That was just for the public. I heard he was a straight goon
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Rest in heaven, Mike.
Yes.
Had to say that.
Yo, can you imagine you catch Mike off guard?
Yo, nigga, what's up?
See? Hey, you remember the
Oh my!
remember
goodness.
was it Raw when Eddie Murphy did that?
Yeah. He was speaking of like how
Jackson.
Mike really talked, right?
Yeah.
Right. Like I've caught little different stories, like when Chris Tucker tells stories, and
Yeah.
Oh,
he
they said
talked
this,
about how when he liked 50 Cent songs. I love that song.
yo, but they said that there's a video game that actually used his real voice.
Yeah. I heard
Really?
about that.
Yeah.
It was some kind of fighting game.
It's a fighting game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He said, "Come on now." And they used
crazy.
his actual voice.
Wow.
That's crazy. Man, what about merchandising and branding? Do you think some of that is a pro or a con?
It's a pro. Always is a pro.
I said the whole
Because remember,
But do you think some people overdo it? I mean, yeah, we doing our merchandise, of course. We're gonna do what we do. This is HittMobb, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But like in terms of branding, like where is it overexposure? Where is it like, all right, you're doing too much. You're in too many people's favors of what you're doing right now.
I think it's over the way that a lot of artists promote all these major designers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of. I'm not really feeling that.
So when you say promoting, you talking about when they do brand partnership deals? You know, like the Adidas or Louis Vuitton?
No, not that.
Okay.
Using like all the big high end names, and you know,
You mean like when they post stuff on social media, like what's that, Fashion Nova or whatever the hell?
no, like you know, all the Gucci and the Louis, all that stuff. The way is over the top now.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're talking about like just when they show content with them wearing products that
Yeah.
they don't own,
Yeah,
or even have partnerships with.
yeah.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
I got one.
Go ahead.
Bundle packages.
All right, you gotta explain that, man.
All right, bundle packages is where it's like the artist is selling their music and their merch and everything is all together. Like buying a hat goes towards that. Like, I mean, it's smart. It's really smart. You know what I'm saying? You buy a teacup holder and it's going towards the single or the record. You know, I get it. I get it.
Well, your thing is, when is it overkill?
It is overkill, you know?
Man, well, there's different ways to look at it when it comes to infiltrating the music business, man. We're
Yes.
talking about everything from the creative aspect to the business aspect to the viral aspect, and when it's too much.
Yes.
It's too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anything else y'all want to add, fellas? We gonna sign out for the night?
Yeah, we out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we out.